Hi guys, and welcome back. It has been a week since I did a video, and the reason is we've been flat out gardening here. But anyway, we've been doing very well and eating wonderfully healthy meals here all week. So I wanted to share one with you. It's called Diet Coke Chicken. And this is for all my Slimming World friends out there. This is one that I learned a good few years ago, and it's super fast, super easy and healthy and sugar-free. So you need a big pot, and the first thing I'm going to do is pop all my chicken in there. Now the recipe calls for 4 chicken fillets. I just have a little bit extra here because there's a few extra in our house than probably a normal family. And 3 peppers, 1 red, 1 yellow and 1 green. I don't like green peppers, so I've substituted for an orange pepper. You know, you can buy the pack of sweet peppers. So I'm just using sweet peppers, and again I've kind of doubled up to what the recipe calls for, because there's a lot of us. 1 onion and 2 garlic cloves, and I'm going to pop the whole lot in here together, and I am going to fry these off just for about 5 or 7 minutes, okay? Now at this point, if you want to keep this really healthy, you can dry fry it like this, or you can use this great stuff here. It's called frylite, and you can just spray like this into your pot. Give everything a little stir around like that to get the spray moving through, and then give it another little spray just so that the chicken is covered in a little bit of frylite. Alternatively, you can dry fry this on a very low heat, and you don't need to use any oil, okay? So that's tip number 1 for trying to keep this as healthy as we can. My agate is off, so I'm going to take this out to my back kitchen and just fry this off for 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to you. I should really take you out there to show you how it's cooked, but it's such a mess, I can't do it today. Not today, maybe the next video I'll tidy up out there, presentable for you guys. Okay, this is the real world here. So here we go guys, I have literally just taken the pink out of the chicken. So because I'm using quite a big pot, it took a little bit longer, but for you guys it should only take between 5 and 7 minutes, okay? Next thing I'm going to add is all the rest of my ingredients, except for my sugar snap peas, which I'm going to hold off until the end because they cook super quick, and you want to have a bit of a crunch in them when you eat them. By the way, you can add whatever you want, like vegetable wise, to this dish. Okay. So I'm adding here 1 teaspoon of mixed dried herbs. I have 200 mils of chicken stock, which you add hot. So if you can pop it in there nice and hot. Next thing I have here is, I know what my kids would say that looks like, but anyway, it's 4 tablespoons of tomato puree, which actually is a full tube, okay? So I'm going to pop that in there. I can never remember, what is it? I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't remember. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay? And actually, when I was looking at reminding myself what the ingredients were for this recipe, it reminds me a lot of the beef pepper pot video that I did a good while ago, but this will be a very lean version because there's no sweet chili sauce in this, which would have a high sugar content, and I guess that's what we're using the Diet Coke for. The Diet Coke is going to be the sweet factor in here without the calories. So if you wanted to, that was 8 tablespoons of passata. If you wanted to, you could add some chili flakes to this here. If people in your house like chili, I think it would be really nice. I think it would give that sweet chili kick to it. Now, 1 330 ml can of Diet Coke popping in here, and I'm very tempted to have a swig of it because I love Diet Coke, but I have recently decided to give up caffeine. Actually, caffeine has given me up because I just wasn't sleeping at night. I would go to sleep, and I would wake up about 3 or 4 hours in, and then I'm awake for about 2 or 3 hours, and I just found myself exhausted. It's part of my age, but I just found that I was constantly exhausted. So rather than go on some meds or other, I decided I would try cutting down, or actually just cutting caffeine out altogether. Well, I have 1 cup of tea in the morning and that's it. I haven't had coffee at all. Well, actually I did. On Sunday I thought, well sure, I'll treat myself to a little coffee. And then I was awake that night and I just have to realize I'm slightly intolerant to caffeine these days. So I just have to cut it out, and I have. So it has helped me. Now I'm sleeping, and the benefit is far greater than the loss. So I'm just telling you that if there's anybody out there who is suffering from sleep, try and cut the caffeine out first. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I'm going to take it back onto the heat and I'm going to simmer this. I'm going to bring it to the boil and simmer it for about 15 minutes. I will then add my sugar snaps and just cook it for a further maybe 5 minutes because they cook really, really quickly. So it's a really quick dish. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Okay. Hey guys, here we go. Our Diet Coke chicken is completely cooked. I don't know if you can see in there. Liam, could you bring it a little bit closer? And it smells delicious. Everybody who's walked into the house has said, delicious, that smells gorgeous. So I'll just pour out a little bit into a bowl here so that you can see. I've cooked rice to go with this. It almost smells like a bolognese. I think that's because of the heavy tomato accent and the herbs. I think if I was to do it again, I'd leave the herbs out and substitute with chili sauce. But that's just my personal preference. There you go, guys. Super lean, sin-free for my Slimming World people. Calorie-free, well, it's not calorie-free, but it's a really good option for a healthy meal. And if you make enough of it, it could do you for the week for your lunch. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, I wanted to show you one more little tip, actually, that my mammy showed me. You know the way you can buy the packets of lettuce with the roots on? You can actually stick them into a little bit of water and they keep growing. And I'm going to plant these in the garden. You know, I took all the outer leaves off and I washed them and I put them in the fridge for salads. But don't throw these out. Stick them in the ground and they grow. Happy days. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. God bless. See you soon.